Good morning, everyone. This is Chessa, and right now I will be showing to you how to compute measures of central tendency and dispersion using Excel and Jamovi. So today you will be learning how to navigate these tools, especially if we are pursuing a research or surveys, something like that. So it's really useful in statistical purposes. So let's start. Okay, so here I have already a sample data which we are going to use for the entire session. So let's say that for this time, what I want to have is the population, land area, density, and the total number of families. So that's where we are going to focus. So as you can notice, this is a population data because all of the regions of the Philippines are involved here, and that's the date, exactly the data that we are needing. So the first thing that I want to let you know is that Excel actually has a lot of formula to offer. So we don't have to do it manually because in just one click or one formula, the information that you'll be needing can be presented immediately. So let's say here in the total, number one. So if you want to know what's the total sum or the total of all these numbers, then we can just use the formula sum and highlight the data cell that you want to include. So for this one from NCR down to the Muslim Mindanao, that's what I want to have. So, and that's it. You already have the total sum. Now, you can just drag it to the next or to the right side for it to copy the formula. So that means that it will automatically apply the formula that you have on the previous or in the former column. So it's the total now, it's a total sum now of the land area, and this is for density and the total number of families. So you can just um, slide this to the right side. So now for mean, there's also a ready formula here. You can just type it, sorry, average. Average is the other word for mean. Then highlight, or you can just memorize what are the cell that you want to include. So this time it's B6. So and then up to, so or you can have the semicolon to B22. So that's it. And then close parenthesis. Then that's the mean for this specific data. And then drag it to a drag, I'm sorry. Then slide it to the right side to copy the formula. Now for the median, so be mindful that always start with equals whenever using a formula. So for median, you can just type median and then B6 to B22. And then copy it. And for mode, just the same thing. You can just type in mode and then B6 to B22. And NA. If you're wondering why it's NA, because that means na walang mode dyan. So, walang pabalik-balik na number. Kumbaga, ganyan. Okay. So, let's just move on. Now, let's have range. So, for range po, in Excel, wala siyang ready formula sa range. But, it's just, don't worry, it's just still so easy. Because as we have all learned, range is just highest minus lowest. So what we can do here is we can total all total the maximum from all the columns. So that's max, and then B6 to B2022 minus the minimum mean, then B 6 will be 12. That's it. Now, um, for the standard deviation, so again, standard deviation, it depends on what kind of data that you have, if it's sample or population. So the Excel also offer two formula for that. But for this time, since it's a population, we're gonna use standard deviation population. So what's the formula of that? As the def dot E. So if it's sample, then that S. That B, then B6 to B 2022. Then that's it. That's already the standard deviation. And now for variance. So for variance, on the standard deviation. It depends on what kind of data set that you have, population or sample. So let's go with population and then B6 to B12. Sorry, B 22. Okay. So for you to check if you really have a right variance or standard deviation, you can actually counter check it. As we could remember in our discussion, um, standard deviation is the square root of variance. So standard deviation, you can check it by, we can check the variance by multiplying standard deviation by itself. So let's see if it's really right. So then, and yun. So we are pretty sure that this is a correct formula. Okay, anyway, so that's it. That's for the Excel. So it's just easy to use. And there are a lot of formulas that we can use for us to not do it manually. So in just snap, we can have the result already. So now let's proceed in Jamovi. So in Jamovi, this is actually a good statistical tool that we can also use. So here in my screen is the interface of Jamovi. So in Jamovi, there are three ways that you can pursue in whatever you want to have. Like you can use still the Excel and then copy paste it to Jamovi, or you can import it if you have already the file. Then you want to import all the data from the origin file to this one. Then you can tap import, and then you can also use it directly to save data and something like that. So for now, let's have from Excel and copy paste it to Jamovi. So it's important to note that in Jamovi, it's comma sensitive. So what are we gonna do here? As you can see, may comma pa siya. So tanggalin natin lahat ng comma. And how are we gonna do that? So just on this tab, you can see the number section, and then click general or no specific format, and that's it. Wala na siyang comma. So we can now proceed to Jamovi. So we can copy all the data that we want to transport or transfer to Jamovi. So let's try it. So copy and then paste it. Okay, so here's the data already. So the first thing that of course we want to have is we are gonna label all this data para hindi tayo ma-confuse. So just double click this column or the top column, and lalabas na yung mga data information. So for column A, we're gonna title it, since this is a population, then population. And the measure type, we have discussed it already. So it's important for us to know what kind of or what measure type are we gonna use. So since it's a population, so it belongs to continuous. And then the next column, you just click the arrow there and then name it again. So it's land area. And then the next column is the density. And the next one is the total number of families. Total number of, okay. All right. And we are done with naming it all. So you just click that arrow up to bring it back. So now, as you can see in this interface, there are two sections. It's divided into section. The first section is where we can input the data, and in this right section or right side, this is where it will show the result. So we can actually simultaneously do whatever we want to do here, revise, edit, add, delete, and it will be updated on its own. So something like that. So the next thing that we're gonna do is to click the analysis tab here, and there's exploration and descriptive because I'm actually showing you now a descriptive data. So descriptive, click that one and here. Now just drag down this one to this box to the variables. If ano yung gusto mong data na makita dito sa right side interface mo, yun yung ilalagay mo dyan. So let's say I wanna see all of this. So you just drag it all and it will automatically um, be presented on the right side. So let's say that may mga data ka na gusto makita pero wala siya. Don't worry because you can just click statistic or statistic. Let's start with statistic. Let's say that you wanna see mode. As you can see, walang mode here. So you can just click that one and then boom, meron na. And then if you wanna have a result or a sum of all the data, then you can add sum. Then we have actually we have a lot of here now. If you wanna add the IQR or the variance range, o yun. However, if may hindi ka naman gusto na parang may mga data ka naman na hindi need dyan, for example, sum, hindi mo siya kailangan, then you can just unclick that one, then mawawala na siya. Yun, ganun lang. Now, may plots din dito. Yun yung plots. It's a graphical presentation of your data. For example, histogram, since ito minsan yung ginagamit natin. So, it will present every set of data that you have from population to not total number of families. Kasi yun yung data set ko. It will present each plots. So, yun. If you want histogram and box plot, like yung dalawa, you can also do that. Or tatlo, can also do that. So yun, ang daming pwedeng magawa kang Jamovi. And good thing also in this tool, it's a friendly users. Ang dali lang niyang gamitin. As you can see, walang 5 minutes tapos ka na siya nagawa. And I guess that's it for today. And I hope that you have learned something from this mini tutorial. And again, this is Jessa, and thank you for watching.